how do we build up the belief of the prospect coming from Hell Island to Heaven Island? By building out 7 limiting beliefs, and not just building them out, but what we're truly doing, we're sort of providing them like a checklist. Like, think about it as a letter. Think about it as a letter where the prospect, from being absolutely unaware, gets to the state where they want to buy. And to help them to get there, we are going step by step, right? Like, we are going like through the checklist. We are driving through each and every limiting belief, starting with the very first one, which is pain. And the way to get from our limiting beliefs is really about taking it step by step and finding this real problem. So imagine you find the pain, you mark it as X, you take the shovel, and you start digging. You roll up your sleeves, you're trying to help your prospect. The pain is really the opportunity to understand why the prospect is on the call. Exactly what they want, why they want what they want, and what's essentially preventing them from getting to where they want to be. The entire conversation resolves around the pain, and this is really important because if there is no pain, there is no opportunity to sell your product to the prospect. And this is essentially helpful to understand because the prospect sometimes is really unaware that they have this problem in the first place. So what they want, why they want what they want, and why now. And these are all the questions that you need to ask, because if you can't explain the pain, the prospect will never see you as the real resolution to their pain, and they will never trust to understand how can you lead them from necessarily from the Hell Island into the Heaven Island. And if we cannot do this, we can't really go down the ladder if we don't start with pain. So the way we uncover each and every belief is through the Socratic dialogue and essentially asking the skillful question. And I will tell you exactly how to do this down the line, but first we're going to go step by step down the ladder, okay? And the next one is the doubt. So doubt is essentially the state where the prospect cannot really fix the problem on their own, and this is the belief. They need your help, and if attempting to do so really will lead them into this understanding that it's just going to waste an unnecessary resource of money, time, energy, and that your solution is essentially the best on the market and the easiest, right? Like, compared to your competitors, compared to their efforts, it's the easiest and smoothest way to get to the desired outcome. And to do so, to get them into the doubt state, you need to get them into the buying pocket. Call it buying pocket. And this is what we want to put the prospects in, right? And sometimes it so happens that their current situation, they are in a state where they don't even believe that it's possible to resolve their issue, right? And this is why you need to build it up with the credibility. You get them the proof, the case studies, you basically building out the credibility, right? And this is really important because step by step, you're kind of driving them into the pocket where they already don't have any doubt that you're the best, the smoothest way to get to the desired outcome. But sometimes they are in a situation where they think that they can do it themselves. So sort of like this desired state, they're much closer to it, but they think that they're halfway there and they can do it themselves. And this is really dangerous because what we need to do is we need to create the doubt that by doing so, it's going to take them so much time and so much money. We're going to drive you to the desired state much quicker. Sometimes the doubt already exists. So don't make a mistake of building up that doubt when it's already there. Just leave it as is, because then you're going to pack your solution with a value and drive the prospect into understanding that, this is exactly what they need. So this buying pocket is really the state that your prospect has, like when we understand what they exactly want, it's also the state for us to understand why they are buying and why they want what they want. And this also helps us to understand how to nudge the prospects and where exactly to nudge them. Like, are they in a state where they don't believe that it's possible, or are they actually there to do it all themselves with their partners? After the doubt, we're getting into the cost. Step number 3 is the cost. The prospect must believe that doing nothing is far more costly, both now and in the future, and that investing time or money to fix their issue is way more, and it's kind of like creates the urgency here as well. And it also helps us with an objection, I've been burned before. You know, like how they say, oh, I've been burned before, I've done this. And, you know, it's basically for us to make them see the reality, where in the reality, the perceived pain is way greater. Like this is the action. So like say you want them to take the action, and this is the action threshold, right? And this is the pain that they're perceiving. You want to draw the situation where doing nothing is like, plus the future pain, right, of doing nothing and literally staying in the same situation that they're in right now is way more than getting your solution and doing the investment. Which makes sense. I mean, this is where they make them act on the belief of the cost. And this is literally something that is happening, like the difference that is happening to make our prospect act. So this is how we operate with the cost belief. The next belief that we're addressing is the desire. It's really where the prospect is understanding how to resolve the problem and how to get, how to get to solve the problem with a better future, which is really within the reach, where the prospect can literally touch it, right? Like visualize it, smell it, see it. And this is where you ask the questions that connect them to what they want, to those improvements, to the real impact. And the real thing that we need to understand here is what they want, why they want what they want, and why now? Why exactly this is happening right now? And how getting what they want is going to absolutely change their life, and how you can help them to do so. So it's called widening the gap, and literally like making the prospect touch the desired outcome. And this is really important, because without the desire, without truly wanting this solution and without truly wanting to resolve the pain, I don't think that there is any opportunity to prove that your solution is of any value. So the next one is money. I personally leave this one towards the end, but this is really important to understand, like, does your prospect actually have the means? Like, for sale to happen, they must have the resources. And if they don't have the resources, they have the willingness to resolve the pain, and we can lead them with, addressing it with an open wallet framework, for example. But the resources, if they're truly unavailable, that's a condition. That's not an objection. The rest is the condition. If we know that they're making enough revenue, if we know that they, are ready and they're willing to resolve their pain, this is the money belief that we're building out. And more often than not, I'm telling you, I'm leaving it up to the end. But that's a very important belief. You need to understand the state of the company, and bearing some extreme situations, you need to offer them this open wallet framework. But this is not the time to offer the discounts. It's something that you just build out to understand where the prospect is, right? And really, really important one is the support. Almost everyone is dealing with a spouse, everyone is dealing with their board, with their partners, and it's not about the individual, because everyone who influences the decision, from like spouse to business partner, should be aligned and supportive. And it's our goal to make them be supportive. And I will teach you how, but proactively uncovering this dynamic will help you to really prevent any spouse, partner, support objections. And this is the point when you understand the leadership structure. This is the point where you get all the champions on a call. And this is the point when you attack the entire organization and like understand if you're literally facing the champion. The last but not the least is the trust. This is like living in the age of AI right now. There is nothing more important than trust. And if you didn't get the trust within the first 2 minutes of the call, I don't really like, I actually think that you need to do so. Like, show that you're a real human during the rapport of the call, and literally get them all bought into your personality, and then obviously build the trust and understanding that your solution is clearly different, that your solution is clearly unique, that you're using a method that no one else is using in the market, and even if you do, it's super, super unique. And this helps you to eliminate the objections, like I've been burned there before, I've been, clearly it's not going to work out for me again. Like, what you're doing is you're selling your unique proposition on the method of success. Like, your method is clearly successful and it's going to work out. Why? It's another conversation. But the belief that this is a unique solution that's going to work out for my prospect is also tied to the product, and how great is the product, and how the product leads to the outcome that we want. So for example, ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is saying the key to success in businesses are the profitable and great funnels, and the only way to get to that outcome is through ClickFunnels. Now, this is buying in on the method, and this is buying in on the unique mechanism. If your prospect doesn't see your solution as clear and your solutions as credible, they don't have the trust. So to sum it up, we're coming from the pain into the doubt, cost, desire, support, trust, finishing with money, and this is your belief ladder. Okay guys, we just done recording the Sales Crush top course, and if you want to learn more about all these things that we just recorded for you, click the link below and get the course, okay? And if you have any questions, just contact me straight away, and we're cooking a lot of cool stuff that is coming out really, really soon. So follow Boost, follow me. I'm Val, and I'm ready to help you close all your sales.